Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. Let me start off by saying that tonight, after the normal sign-off, I'm going to answer a few questions about the channel, about the platform. So if you want, stick around for that. But tonight we're going to talk about being edgy and offending people, because I got a question asking me if I was going to change my speech now that Democratic candidates have started coarsening theirs. No. I have no desire to do that. I want to reach as many people as possible with thought and provoke as much thought as possible. I think my current speech, or the lack of certain kinds of speech, is helpful to that. So I have no desire to change. I actually think the Democrats are making a mistake. The idea, in theory, should be to eliminate the Trump effect, not reincarnate it. I want to reach people with thought. I want to provoke thought, not because I said something offensive or edgy or, shocking. It's not what I want to do. When you go down that road, you end up getting edgier and edgier until you're saying things you don't even really believe. And I don't want to do that. I don't want those clicks. I don't want those views, to be completely honest. I have no desire to offend people for no reason. And I know somebody out there right now is going, well, it's not your fault if you say something and people get offended. They need to be in control of their own emotions. I hear that a lot. I don't know that that's true. I mean, sure, you can say something unintentionally offensive if you don't know. If you don't know, you can do that. But if you do know, you're making a conscious choice. You're saying something that you know can be offensive for whatever reason. I don't know why you would want to do that. I don't know why you would want to offend people you don't know. Being edgy is not a substitute for having a personality. But you can, I guess at times, offend people unintentionally. In fact, I'll give you an example. Recently there was an incident on Twitter involving a YouTube creator, ContraPoints. And, I'm reading her tweet, and I'm like, my read of this is not matching the reaction. But I don't know this community. I don't know the ins and outs of this community that well. So I reached out to somebody else because that sent off warning bells, And I'm like, this is my read on this. Am I close? Am I missing something? And they're like, you're not even close. You're nowhere near close. And then they broke it down for me. I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't make a comment. I mean, that's all it takes is that extra little step. And you can avoid problems before they start. And now that I've said this, I'm sure somebody's going to ask my opinion. My opinion is that the one thing that conversation does not need is the opinion of the straight white guy that didn't understand the conversation to begin with. I don't see how I can add anything of value to that discussion. But all it takes is a little bit of common courtesy. I've never understood the desire to say something offensive just for the sake of being offensive. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what you would have against people you don't know, other than your own bigotry. In which case, if that's why you're saying it, then it is your fault. It's completely your fault. It was intentional. You set out to do it. And in most cases, if you're not sure, you don't understand something, you can reach out pretty quickly, and you'll learn something in the process. It's almost always better to be nice. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night. Now, if you're sticking around for the questions, the first question is, you hit the goal on Patreon today. When does the podcast start? 3 weeks ago. I've apparently not done a good job of advertising that. The first few episodes are reruns. We've stripped the audio from some of the older videos, so the podcast community can get to know me from the beginning, because the podcast community and the YouTube community and the Facebook community, they're not all the same. There's some overlap, but they're different people. And this will help them get to know me from the beginning. So it will be an older video, the audio from an older video with a little bit of additional commentary thrown in. We've already had a few questions about asking for transcripts. Eventually, I'm gonna need to get somebody in here to help me first. So that will happen, but it will be a while. The next question, I've had this asked 3 different ways. This topic has come up in 3 different ways. One is people asking me to do it. One is people offering me the opportunity to do it, and one is people telling me I would be a sellout if I ever did it. And basically it's, will I ever do sponsored videos on YouTube? Do like product reviews and stuff like that. When the channel crossed 100,000 subscribers, we started getting offers. I've seen like 200 of these opportunities. I have done 0. That doesn't mean I wouldn't ever do it. It just means that it would have to be extremely organic. It would have to fit in to what we normally talk about on this channel. Out of all of those, I replied to one, and it's a company that has grow kits. You know, we talk about food not lawn, self-reliance, planting fruit trees, that kind of stuff. When it comes up, one of the main comments and one of the main obstacles people face is they don't have room or they don't have a yard. So if this company wanted to send me that thing and have me, you know, set it up and put it back there so you guys could see it work, I would probably do that. But it would have to directly fit with what we normally talk about on the channel. So you can stop sending me offers to represent your dating app. And I promise you, if I ever do it, I will tell you flat out, you know, hey, this company wanted me to do this. There will be no surprises on that front. The only exception to it being organic, it would have to be something ridiculous. You know, if Jeep called me up tomorrow and was like, hey, we're going to give you a new Gladiator if you make a video about it, you can bet you would see my fat rear sitting in that driver's seat. But it would have to be something like that. And then the last question is about going on the road. And are we going to? Yeah. It's planned. We're setting up little workshops here in the South to help people build community networks. And then hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, next summer we will go on the road and we will do the same thing. Help people set up community networks, to do little events, film them, put them online so everybody can learn from other people doing the same thing they are. Anyway, so there you go. Man, it feels weird not ending this by saying it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.